referenced his wife's shares in a childcare firm in his published list of financial interests after a conflict of interest round. The PM has faced questions over Akshata shares in Koru Kids, a childcare agency which could benefit from a policy in last month's budget. He faces a parliamentary probe after not mentioning them during a committee appearance last month. On Tuesday, Labour called on him to come clean and publish his interests. Downing Street resisted the call to publish them on Tuesday, saying it had no plans to publish Mr Sunak's interests separately to the wider list of interests for all ministers. It said that work to compile the list, which is managed by the PM's ethics advisor, was ongoing, but the full list for all ministers, including Mr Sunak, has now been published less than 24 hours later, for the first time in nearly a year. The government has faced criticisms about the late publication of the list, which is meant to be published twice a year, but last updated 11 months ago. The position of ethics advisor was unfilled during a 6-month period last year, before current holder Sir Laurie Magnus was appointed in December. On Monday, Downing Street said Mr Sunak had told government officials about the shares during a routine conflict of interest declarations, which are not made public. The PM's spokesman declined to say when he declared the shares to officials when asked by reporters on Wednesday. The shares were not mentioned in the latest publicly available version of the list, published in May 2022 when Mr Sunak was Chancellor. This public version of the list only includes financial and other interests considered directly relevant to ministers' roles, including those held by close family members. The updated version, published shortly before Mr Sunak appeared at Prime Minister's Questions on Wednesday, now referenced the shares as part of the number of direct shareholdings held by his wife. It also revealed that Deputy PM Dominic Raab has paid for lawyers out of his own pockets to represent him during the ongoing inquiry into investigations he bullied members of staff in previous government roles, which he denies. Companies House records indicate Ms Murty has held shares in Koru Kids since 2019 and are mentioned in filings as recent as last month. Her shareholding was not mentioned in several previous versions of the list of ministers' interests published whilst Mr Sunak was a minister at the Treasury and then subsequently Chancellor. When asked why that was, the PM's spokesman said previous decisions about what to include were made by past ethics advisors, and overruling them could affect future declarations made by others. On Monday, it emerged Mr Sunak is being investigated by Parliament's Standards Commissioner after not mentioning the shares during a committee appearance last month, where he was questioned about the new childcare policy in the budget. When asked by Labour MP whether he had any interest to declare, he replied, "No, all my disclosures are declared in the normal way." The MP's rulebook says they should be open and frank about relevant financial interests when speaking in Parliament. A pilot of bonuses for childminders was announced in the budget on the 15th of March as part of the government's overhaul of childcare. Koru Kids is one of 6 childminder agencies listed in government guidance on childminder agencies. Under the scheme, childminders who sign up to the profession will be paid incentive payments of £600. This would rise to £1,200 for those who join through an agency, meaning the pilot might generate more business for companies such as Koru Kids.